She was just a maid. She didn't speak much. She never sat while others ate. But one day, the billionaire caught her staring into the fridge, again and again, and what happened next shocked everyone. Watch till the end to find out why she was doing it and what happened when the truth came out. This story will move your heart in ways you didn't expect. Backhand index pointing right if you believe small acts of kindness can change lives. Like this video and subscribe to Kindness Stories for more emotional stories like this. The Winters Mansion stood tall in the heart of Chicago, walls of glass and steel reaching into the sky like a symbol of success and wealth. Alexander Winters was a billionaire known for his ice-cold demeanor and zero tolerance for nonsense. He was ruthless in business, efficient in routine, and had little patience for emotions. His staff knew him as Mr. Freeze, not just because of his name, but because of how he froze out feelings. Among the dozen employees that worked in his massive mansion, there was one no one paid attention to, a 24-year-old maid named Rosa. She had been working there for just 4 months, quiet, soft-spoken, and almost invisible. Rosa wore the same uniform every day, patched in places, and her shoes had cracks near the soles. Yet she never complained, never came late, and never took extra breaks. But there was one thing Mr. Winters had noticed recently, and it irritated him. Rosa kept checking the fridge. Over and over again. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes after cleaning. She'd quietly walk to the fridge, open it, scan through the shelves, and close it. She never touched anything. But her eyes stayed glued to the containers and expiry dates. It was strange. One afternoon, Alexander came back early from a business meeting, frustrated after a deal went south. As he walked through the hallway, he noticed something from the corner of his eye. Rosa. Once again. Standing at the open fridge, staring. He marched in. "What the hell are you doing?" he snapped. Rosa jumped, slammed the fridge door shut, and backed away, her face pale. I was just... You were just spying? Stealing? Looking for leftovers?" His voice was thunderous. "No, sir. I was just..." Her voice cracked. "You're fired," he barked without letting her finish. "Pack your things. Get out. I don't need a thief or a spy in my house." The other staff looked on silently as Rosa choked back tears. She didn't argue. She didn't beg. She simply nodded and walked to the staff quarters. By nightfall, Rosa was gone. Alexander tried to return to his normal routine, but something about her silence stayed with him. Not guilt, just curiosity. Why didn't she defend herself? Why was she doing that? 3 days passed. And then something strange happened. Mrs. Carter, the longtime housekeeper, approached Alexander. "Sir, if I may," she hesitated. "What is it, Carter?" "I know you don't like to be questioned, sir, but about Rosa." Alexander frowned. "She was going through the fridge every day. I saw it with my own eyes." "She wasn't stealing, sir," Carter said softly. "She was checking expiry dates." "Why?" Alexander asked coldly. She used to take the expired items home. Not to eat them herself, but to feed the kids in her building. Kids. She lives in a shared apartment in a rough neighborhood. She's been feeding 3 motherless kids from down the hall. Their father's a drunk. She never asked for help. She just quietly took what you were going to throw away. That's all. She said expired yogurt or bread is better than nothing. Alexander stared at her, his mind numb. She also used her own pay to buy them medicine last week. She had a fever that day but still came to work because she didn't want to lose the job. Suddenly, the silence in the mansion felt colder than usual. That night, Alexander couldn't sleep. He stood in front of the fridge himself, staring. Not at the food, but at the truth. How could he, a man with more money than he could ever spend, throw away food while someone risked shame and job loss to feed hungry children? He remembered the way Rosa trembled, how she didn't protest. She must have thought, no one would believe a poor maid. He didn't feel guilt. He felt ashamed. Rosa's apartment was tiny, with peeling paint and a broken heater. She lived in a cramped room on the third floor of a building where the elevator never worked. But it was home. It had been 4 days since she'd lost the job. She had $12 left and had skipped meals so the neighbors' children, Liam, 6, Daniela, 4, and baby Mira, could eat. When there was a knock on the door that evening, Rosa thought it was her landlady. Probably asking for rent again. But when she opened the door, she froze. Alexander Winters. In a black coat, holding 2 large paper bags. She didn't know what to say. "I need to talk," he said. Rosa stepped aside, unsure. He walked in, placed the bags on the small table. "I misjudged you," he began. "I accused you. I humiliated you. I was wrong." She stood quietly, eyes moist, heart racing. "I know why you were checking the fridge now," he continued. "I had no idea. Carter told me. And I couldn't believe it at first. But now I do. I'm not here to say sorry only, I came with an offer." He gestured to the bags, groceries, fresh produce, medicine, bread, baby formula. "I want you to come back." Rosa blinked, lips parting. "But not as a maid. I want to sponsor your education. You have the heart this world needs. I want to offer you a scholarship through my company's community program. You'll get full tuition for whatever you want to study. And a job in our nonprofit after that, helping families like yours." She couldn't speak. Her legs felt weak. "Why?" she finally whispered. Alexander's expression changed, softened. "My mother used to clean houses," he said. "She died when I was 12. No one ever helped her. No one believed in her. I guess. I saw her in you. And I realized, maybe it's time I start doing more than just signing checks. Maybe I need to be kind like she was." Rosa wiped her tears. "I don't know what to say." "You don't need to say anything now," he said gently. "Just, don't lose that heart of yours." A week later, Rosa returned, not as a maid, but as a student intern, helping the new food donation program Alexander launched, inspired by her story. The mansion's kitchen was now a hub where surplus food went to shelters instead of trash bins. The kids she fed? Alexander enrolled them in a private school. And Rosa? She became the director of the program 3 years later, with her degree in community development. People say money makes the world go round, but kindness makes it worth spinning. Sometimes, the quietest people carry the loudest stories. Rosa didn't beg, didn't explain. Yet her silent kindness changed a billionaire's heart. If this story moved you even a little, please like the video and subscribe to Kindness Stories for more powerful tales that remind us, even in a cold world, a warm heart can change everything.